got our Monday to go over. So Dylan, James, how you doing, boys? Good to see ya. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, another Monday I missed. Feeling too ill. Let's pop this forward a bit. There we go. All right, so Emre getting taken down by Jordan with that front headlock. Sumigashi. Notice Jordan making very good use of that underhook, making it very difficult for Emre to come up. John, this is a great example of what I was talking about with you. This is what I was talking about with you yesterday. What Jordan is putting to work here. So, you know, the utility and the necessity of the underhook and why it's a good thing to focus on as a beginner. You can see Jordan is really controlling the pace, controlling the location. He's making his way to the back. Even though Emre is like holding onto the head, it's just going to take a little bit of off balancing, some forward momentum, and Jordan can be on the back pretty easily here. This all comes from the underhook. What's up, Cole? Oh, man. You guys are on one tonight. Jordan still making use of that, the strength of that position. And now coming up and turning that underhook. So this is a good example of what you can do with an underhook from mount. Turning that into that arm triangle katagatame position. Really setting in the grip there. He's got that arm all the way across. Doesn't even have to dismount. Gets the tappy tap. Ronnie rocking the donut Rashi. I love it. Always popular. Old ground beef Dylan here. Tested himself against Ronnie. Ronnie a little too stable for that that trip you tried. Got to get her moving a bit for that to work. And then I think we have, is that Luke and James? No, Caleb and James. I just mistook Caleb for Luke. It looked like it for a second. Nice pass around that leg, Dylan. That's what I want to see. Whip that thing on by. Settle in. And I think we got Alex over there with Devin. Good move from Devin, or I'm sorry, from Alex taking advantage of Devin's elbow position. We'll go back to that in a second. Settling in for the strangle. Nice one. So if you're gonna post and try to work an elbow escape, like right here, he's pushing on the hip, trying to extend. But in doing so, this gives Alex an opportunity to get behind that elbow, that top elbow. And once he's there, that little push, he can start to expose the back, expose this arm triangle, and get Devin in some trouble. Cooper chasing down Andre. Andre just turns around. No big deal. Good standing guard break from Andre. Caleb looking to bug the feet here. You're going to probably see a few ways to do that in the coming next week when we transition to open guard. Oh, we got Sophie and Olivia over here. Very nice. And Dylan on the back. Emre in top half guard. James gets the pass. What's up, Baker? Alex Working from this Keisugatame position. So I really like, as weird as it sounds, being in Devin's position here. When someone is in this Keisugatame scarf hold position, it's an easy, well, not easy. There's an entrance to the back that I hit pretty frequently. I think it's easy enough. It's not like a special move or anything, but you really just need to get one of their legs under control. So I turn towards them, and my left leg, my leg that's furthest from them, will try to find a hook position. And then if I can lock that leg up or lock that hip up, I just need to get my head free, and I'm good to go. And I bait that with a free arm. So I would in this case let Alex attack my right arm, and then I can sneak behind and get to the back. All that to say, don't just lay on your back here and wait for something like this to happen. Be proactive. Try to look for a lower body connection from from being on the bottom of the Keisugatame position. And I don't know if Emre is on the chat right now, but as soon as he gets free here, he goes right back into the guard. So I would get my legs free, and then maybe think about circling to north-south. Get your hips, get your knees down, and then circle this way. Try to get away from Jordan's legs. And that way you're not just back to fighting a battle that you briefly kind of sort of won. Andre on the back, looking for the strangle now. Coop giving him some good trouble with nice arm trap. Stand all the way up. That's all right. Yeah, gotta control the legs. So when you get put down in this guard break, this is where Emre should be pinching his knees together, popping his hips up into the air and exposing Jordan's ankles. And then from there, he could direct Jordan's legs one direction or the other and try to sit up for a guard pass, or split the legs and try to work to a leg entrance. Usually into cross Ashigarami. Cole coming in to save the day. Alex with the big seated or sitting kind of throw there. Alex is bringing the heat this round. And up into mount. Dylan gets the back exposed. Oh, right at the end of the round. All right. Active round. Stupid green screen. Ethan making Jordan eat some dirt. Love it. I was wondering how Andre would handle all this. This is nice. So as Danny goes up, Andre just postures up into that armpit. Danny's hopping on one leg right now, so Andre could just get him turned. That was really nice. As long as Danny can't get his legs around him, he's pretty safe there. That was really good. They are, dude. Hey, it's guy on the right. Up the center right now. Oh, Andre onto a guillotine here. Danny's head looks pretty caught. Great. Man, that was really good. So I think the pressure, like the grip wasn't quite good enough for the guillotine. It's an arm-in guillotine, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. The fact that I could kind of see the back of Danny's head and neck right now means Andre's maybe a little bit too far up towards the crown of the head. But I like what he does here when he pummels that leg. Actually, does he even pummel the leg in? He just kind of wrenches Danny over because both legs are outside. Yeah, kind of. Maybe Danny initiates that. I think Danny maybe tries to hit a rolling escape out of that. And Andre tries to keep going. What's up, Ben? Big foot, little foot. Regular foot, purple foot. Oh, Luke and Baker. Testing yourself, huh, homie? How's that shoulder frame doing? Nice ankle pick from James into a cross Ashi. That's kind of cool. So, looking here. Okay, yeah. Emre just kind of sticks his leg right up the middle there. Just nicely turn the corner, pick that ankle out. About 12 months. That's good because he looks pretty deep in it right now. You've got the straight ankle on the secondary leg. He's doing a good job, like kind of hand fighting, trying to stay real close so you can't get the extension. Now he's looking to stack. Looks like you're doing a good job of letting him work out of it. I feel like you probably could have cranked on that really hard if this were a legit situation. What the hell happened there? Punch him in the face or something? Guillotine, arm in guillotine. Gotcha. Dr. Seuss. Got it. That makes sense. It sounds Seussy. Feel good about guard retention this round. Go ahead, say it, Cole. Where are you, Dylan? Oh, I see. We got a minute 14. I'm just gonna zoom back here, see what you've been through. What kind of position you guys have been in. So shot, that was a good sprawl. Really good sprawl. He really tries to chase you down on that. Devin back to a guard. You sit to guard, okay. Now Devin working up the middle, playing a kind of close game here into close guard. Gets the legs popped open. Let's see how you handle his attempt at getting around. So that's really good, man. I feel like you just kind of did a great example of what Peters and I talked about with you a couple weeks ago about hip movement, right? So, you know, you're posting off of him with your leg, like your hamstring, and right here, right, you're pointing your knees back in towards him, you're facing him, you're shrimping your butt away to create space, and you're getting your legs back in. And that's, you do that 100 times in a round, and, you know, it's never going to be that much, but like you repeat that over and over, and that's kind of a fundamental motion of good guard retention. There's a crazy buzzing. Yeah, there is no buzzing on my end. It's just you, Co. Who's doing Naga? So far, interest has come from Ethan, Dylan, Amy, who's not in this footage. Someone else? I feel like there was one other person. I'm not sure. Bye, Cole. Come back. Yeah, Ethan. I don't know. Yeah, if anybody else can recall anybody else who wanted to do Naga, throw it in the chat so I don't forget. Anyway, so now Dylan dealing with bottom half guard, flattened out. Kind of a crappy spot to be for half guard. So you really want to focus on getting your frames back. You have your left arm in now as a shoulder frame. This is where we left off. So it's good to start working some off balancing against Devin. Just as I say it. Very nice, man. And Devin's big. Devin's strong. He outweighs you. Like, for you to move him like that and get back up to a top position is really solid. Jordan jumping around. Ooh, I like the setup. Jordan, you just on an arm triangle kick. Jumps over and then just pops it right into place. That arm was so deep set in already. Like, that was done before you even settled in. Nice. I mean, is there actually a buzz? I don't have anything. And my setup is flawless. We have a double ankle sweep from Yosef at the end here. Nice. All right. Olivia calling out the big man. Shooting in that underhook, trying to get around. Immediately re-engaging, looks for a duck under. All right, does it? Tell me if it goes away. Did it go away? Thank you, Jordan. I'm Team Jordan today. Just shut up, Dylan. Yeah, whatever. Thank you. Well, deal with it, dude. Go watch another jiu-jitsu stream that airs your footage. God, I've missed everything because y'all are trolling me. So, Olivia onto the back, or trying to get onto the back. Ben joining the dance party here. Nah, man, your hearing's just overactive. Your ears got ADHD. They're just friggin' buzzing. Making shit up. So sad watching Mike do nothing. Alex wanted it. He wanted it, but he couldn't have it. So it's over under grip from Caleb. Yeah, I mean, essentially just pulling into mount. What I'd rather see here, working this over under grip, you're not going to want to sit straight backwards. Personally, I wouldn't sit at all. I would try to get Caleb moving. Use your underhook to pull, pull towards your right, your overhook to pull towards your left. Push into him, move him around, get his feet moving, and start looking to trip him or foot sweep him. And then if you do find yourself in a position to pull, you want to be more on the side. Like, you could pull straight back if you're going to get a foot on the hip and then send him over. But Alex doesn't really get, he doesn't even get the knee up in time. So now Caleb just lands directly in the mount. And I'm sure Alex is like, damn it. Because now he's got a pretty deep hole to dig himself out of. Yeah, yes. As a general rule, Ben, I would say that's good. Just sit to the hip, fall back to the hip. And at the very least, you just end up where you're in an open guard. You haven't pulled somebody over your legs right into mount. Caleb now looks for the arm triangle as a result and gets the tap. All y'all finishing the arm triangle without dismounting. Baker on a nice Kimura threat here. Ah, there it is. There it is. Oh, man. Joe, you should have... I mean, you could have finished it. And here's the thing. I like looking at this. It's going to be easy to say this. And Jordan, I wonder if you're already thinking what I'm thinking. But I would not fall to the hip in that direction. I would be trying to go over top of my hand and just get it further underneath. Even if that meant giving up some position and like getting swept with this, which very well may happen. You're kind of in a late grip here to or take advantage of his weak shoulders. I would be switching my hips in the other direction. And then now, like, I'm glad y'all went over. As Joe gets here, look to dismount. Think about going back to side control. Like maybe slide this knee up the body and pin the bicep if possible. Like Jordan may get the arm in and frame if you like lift your hips up. But get this leg back over and finish from a cross-side position where you could pull his shoulder off the mat with your left arm, like raising your elbow up, exposing the back, and giving you room to put his hand back there and crank on it. Again, assuming your shoulder can handle all that. Because I get it if you had to make a decision there because you didn't want to like mess up your recovery or something. Caleb feeling confident in this position now. He's like, go ahead, pull me back down. And Ben trying to get back to guard. There we go. We see him turtle up. James may be looking for like an anaconda or just a chance to roll through on something. Devin with a standing guard break gets put down. Can he handle the pressure? Yes, he can. Very nice. Be careful, though, against Cooper. Coming up on that. You might get triangled. Shoulder crunch from Luke to get Olivia over. So Olivia turns to avoid the back take, but then now he sets up that shoulder crunch. I went over this yesterday. If you were in class, should look familiar. Baker's got to get that leg free. Crank that thing FM. Right, Cole? That's right, man. Arm triangles, leg triangles. I think there's room to come up with like a neck triangle. You got to explore the space, man. You got body triangles. Head triangles need to become a thing.
Huge
James,
honor
thank
for
you for the
me.
resub. Appreciate it, my man. One more month. It'll be 3 years of loyal subscribing. All of you should be more like James. Get that black belt next to your name. That's gonna be tough, Ben. You've gotta move. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So Luke is practicing this position quite a bit, and it'll be good for you guys to give him as many different looks as you can. Really try to mess him up when he gets there. It could be an effective part of his strategy when he competes. So he wants to be comfortable there. Keep that double underhook position in the 4-point at least. James, nice takedown. I know Luke really loves this or a variation of it. This honestly reminds me of like a blend of Bertram's stand-up style and Luke's. Like Bertram, very, very forward with the upper body grips. Like you've got this S grip over the back, head and arm. Makes me think of something really Greco-Roman. And then now that deep underhook, the turn you're giving him here, taking him down. Again, like partially Bertram, partially Luke, how I've seen them train before. And they go right into mount with it. It's the other part of that grip that I really like is when you can kind of get their neck and chest in extension, and it just sucks. Like you can't pull your head back, like you can't pull your chin to your chest, and like try to hunker down or anything. You just get completely extended out, and it's like, just put me down already. Like put me where you want to put me so I can start working from somewhere more comfortable. Oh. Can you beat him? Can you beat him? Gets the leg entrance? Just about. Switching into an X guard variation. Damn what, dude? What are you damning at? Give me more commentary. Gotta fill all this time. Dylan over here working. It looks like you're working towards a triangle, I want to say. You could be doing a few different things from here, so let's see what you do. Got Cooper's posture broken down nicely. Cooper can't really work to that standing position too easily yet. Arm isolated now. It's kind of an omoplata position, which I think Luke went over that night, if I heard correctly. Now Coop on this like reverse guard position, which shouldn't even be a thing. And then Jordan over here breaking Sophie's leg like a jerk, takes her down. So she almost turns herself. Yeah, she kind of turns herself into a knee bar here. Extended away. She's not sure where to turn. Jordan letting her work through it. Luke onto Ben's back. So Ben, this is a great time to test all that back escaping practice you've been working on. Luke's always going to play this game. He's going to throw that single leg like high ball ride at you. Not even look for crossbody. Just yells at Sophie during class endlessly. It sounds a lot like Jordan. What happened with Dylan here? So Dylan dealing with Cooper's long legs. Cooper is able to scramble up, take top position. All right, Dylan. Don't do this with your arm. Just a bad idea. You're essentially like, if Cooper can cut the angle, and like get to your back, your arm is trapped. You know, he's got a little ways to go. You could probably slip the arm out before that happens. But people, you know, people do this and they tend to hold on a little bit too long, and it could be kind of dangerous. Brandon, is that you, buddy? Thank you for the tier 1, man. Really, really appreciate it. So you also run the risk of being put into like a rear crucifix, kind of a little bit closer to what Cooper's working here. So just be careful about where you reach the arm. If I can give you a better place, I would say the waist. So not there, but try to come over the waist, over the back. Another method some people use, and you can play around with it, is actually coming at the same leg from this way. So your elbow would go in front of the leg, and then you would kind of like reach backward and hook the ankle and try to extract from there. If that doesn't make any sense to you, I understand. As always, ask me at class. We could go over it further. But just be really careful. If your arm ends up between legs, it's kind of a dangerous spot. You're starting to isolate your own arm. And run fast so they can't hit back. Is that what quick feet is? Quick feet, slow feet? Fast feet, slow feet? That's what you were describing earlier. It's not even a Dr. Seuss book. It's just your domestic violence habits. James over here dealing with, oh man, maybe to a Choi bar or getting at least a straight arm out of this. A lot going on here. We'll go back. James, what was that? Was that just a, it looks like a straight arm, just like a, yeah. I don't care. I don't care. Have you seen my YouTube attempts with this page? You think I'm trying to monetize this? It takes too much work. I ain't trying to fight an algorithm. Scrambling from Luke here. He finds himself back to the back. Sophie doing a great job dealing with the Kimura threat. So really pressuring forward. Got to be careful. She's getting the hips high and the head low. We talked about this yesterday. And as Jordan lets go of that grip, she converts it into a head and arm. Seeing a little bit of space here, so it's going to have to close that up with some head pressure. And Jordan's able to swim that arm down. Straight arm? Okay, that's what I figured. That was nice. I thought you were going to like step over and like come over the head for the like that Choi bar entrance. Uh-oh. Cooper on the triangle. 10 seconds left. Can Dylan get safe? He's on a wrong way triangle, though. And we'll never know. I don't know. Belt does go. Yeah, Coop's getting there on that wrong way. You're almost there, bud. You think you did it later? What? The reach on the leg or something? Coop, were you purposefully trying to go for the wrong way triangle? Buzzer beater armbar. We'll check it in a second. Because, I mean, Dylan's kind of like forcing your hand here, like in that direction. But just curious. I mean, good on you if you are. There's nothing wrong with that. And then, oh, nice. Kind of. Okay, good. Keep working on it. It'll be killer when you can do that on both sides. Like that'll be even more dangerous. Stepping around. Yes, Devin kind of isolating his own arm there. pushing away on the chest. Gets the separation. Sophie looking for her own. Right there at the end. More armbar. So when you have a regular triangle, you have the armbar. When you have a wrong way triangle, you have a Kimura. So just keep that in mind. You can probably get to an armbar with a few extra steps, but just think about your position. You're attacking the arm. If there's a bend in it, go for the Kimura all day. If he stupidly straightens his arm out and it's like over your shoulder, then you have that straight arm, like inverted arm lock, straight arm lock, Udigatami, whatever you want to call it. Not like the regular armbar you're used to seeing. But yeah, remember that pairing: front triangle, armbar, wrong way triangle, Kimura. Luke is climbing all over Sophie like a jungle gym. Just about gets him under control here, though. Got the body waist grip. She asked me yesterday, what do I do with Luke when he turtles up? I'm like, you just pray. You just pray and hope that what you've learned will work, and hope he lets you do it. There we go, locking up a shoulder crunch. So, with the shoulder crunch, what you guys to keep in mind. All right, she's abandoning that, going for the more of a go behind. As you're playing with shoulder crunches, it's all about your arm position. So here, I would just assume, we'll ignore what's actually happening, but I would just assume, she's thinking shoulder crunch sweep. I want to see a gable grip way up here. I want this elbow over Luke's shoulder blade. I want her reaching as far as she can over the arm and then getting her grip and using a grip that deep on the shoulder, extending it and working the shoulder crunch. If it starts to slip down the arm and get to here, well, then I want her butt going out this way, like shrimping out. I want the hands eventually to switch from this gable grip to like a bicep grip, or kind of a butterfly grip, some people call it, and then you could start to work like an abdominal crunch and work on the straight arm. So kind of pick what you want to do. You can switch from one to the other, but you can't have one grip. You can't have a straight arm lock grip and do a shoulder crunch sweep, or vice versa, I don't think. Coop and Emre over there. And Alex and James. That should be a nice matchup. Alex looks for the standing guard break, but James pulls him down with the knees, gets him off balance. And this is good. You're just seeing Alex work on the hand fighting, trying to get the arms under control so that his posture can be under control. When he feels that he can stand up, it looks like he starts thinking about it. He's got that arm under control, so he steps that up first. And he's out. That's good. Doesn't always need to lead into a leg lock or something. He stands up. James was unable to keep him down, or just felt like, let me try a different approach. Opens his guard to a K guard, maybe starts looking for a leg entrance, and Alex can reset. Luke captures the leg as Sophie comes up and over. Ben laying on the heavy pressure. Let's see if Jordan can hit his sweep. I know he's thinking it. I know he wants it. He's looking for it. Coop on the triangle now. On it for a minute there, so locks up the trap triangle. Emre lifts up the right leg, and Cooper starts going to the side. get the angle cut. Emery kind of gives him the angle with the stack, but that's just going to be tight at that point. Very nice scoop. Could get in a position I felt he would be able to base out. Yeah, and Ben's remarkably good at like hip switching and getting his base back. Anytime I try shoulder crunch sweeps on him, or like where I hit that forward shift where I try to kick his legs out when I have like a butterfly guard, try to extend him, he's so great at timing that and hip switching and getting his base back. Yeah, he turned into it. But even before he did that, he stepped his leg up, which would have just helped you get the angle, even if he didn't turn into it. Hip switch sprawl. Yeah, 100%. Sorry, looking at James here. So how does he get the head? Oh, all right. He just spins right out from underneath him. Locks up a guillotine grip. Uses that to come up. Go behind, breaks him down from that turtle. It sets on an immediate strangle threat. Got the elbow to the point of the chin, but not under the neck. Luke showed a triangle escape where you turned, which he was trying, but he turned the wrong way. Oh, yeah, like maybe like sending more of your body into the choke, if I had to guess. I always feel so risky doing that one. Probably because I'm just easily off balanced or something. It's like, all right, well, now I'm just on my back. Still in a triangle. Been chasing down a double here. Okay. Very nice. James getting that arm. He did have it up high. Alex was able to slip the elbow. Switch it between a little bit of smother pressure. Oh, Sophie's in a good spot. Damn, I wish she didn't step the leg off. She was good. James trying to not get kicked in the face. Nice. Slips right into cross ashi. This is a double. What is the double over takedown? Where did you hear that? Did one happen? Did I miss it? Do you have context on that? I mean, like, are you talking like double overhooks, or is that something I said earlier? Because there's a double overhook takedown. And quit saying yeah. Just like type it all out. Either say yes or yeah. Y-E-A-H. One or two more letters. You're making me angry. Making me feel old. So double overhook. I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like, right? If your opponent has double underhooks on you and you can reach over his arms and, you know, wrap them up with both of your arms, you can look to do like a lateral drop. It's typically how you're going to see it. Double overhooks where you sit back to a butterfly type sweep. Basically the same thing I'm talking about now. So you showed it before, but I tried it, messed it up. So what I'm thinking of, if it's a takedown, if you're standing and it's a takedown, you're going to get double overhooks on your opponent. and you're either going to sit and favor a hip, like fall to a hip as we often do, and then elevate them with a butterfly hook, or if they're like really pressuring towards you and you feel like you have a good, some good wrestling ability, you can like basically suplex them over with that grip and throw them. It's in the last round. Well, I didn't see you do it because you sucked at it. Beginning of the round or what? We'll try to see what you do here. So there. Yeah, you just sat to your butt, man. You got to favor a shoulder and get down to an angle. That's the only real difference here. If you're gonna do it, this is nice and controlled, so I'm happy to see you doing it this way. But kick that left foot behind you. Force yourself to fall to that left hip and weigh Emre down with you. Get his right shoulder dropping, and then your right leg will raise up to a butterfly hook, and you just take him over to your left. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, you have the right idea. You just need the right finish, man. James and Luke avoiding this giant sweat puddle somehow. Ooh. Looks like Caleb kind of sort of attempts the same thing. Actually, not really. Not exactly what I was thinking of. Emery's got to be careful here. So that left hand going over. It looks like it's safe enough of an angle that Emery doesn't get his wrist hurt. But yeah, he just rides up on Caleb, and then Caleb can put him where he wants him. That's a nice takedown. Luke with the smother. Misery. Oh, Jordan getting in a little trouble there briefly. James, nice setup. Can you get the finish? Yes, you can. This is like my favorite, just classic setup to a takedown. Up to the head, quick down to the legs. Like give them a reason to bring their hands up the way Luke does. Quick level change down. Sweeps around to the side. Picks up that single leg very nicely. Luke trying to get away there. And then the finish says this one's for Mike Peters. And David puts Luke down with that rear tie Toshi. No, you would have probably would have gotten your brown belt. I'll give you a stripe. If you break Luke's foot, I'll absolutely give you a stripe. Jordan with a topside electric chair. I didn't even see what was going on. So you just got the butterfly hook trapped. How does this even turn into what it turns into? Because normally you see an electric chair with a lockdown. You must only be attacking like his left hip here. That's wild. That or Cooper's got hips as tight as yours. Yeah, apparently so. I guess his foot got a little crunched up on a similar takedown. Or like the exact takedown James did. Yeah, it's definitely some Jordan shit. But you know you could hit Jordan with that with ease. Tapped early, but next one. All right. Don't let me. Oh, there it is. I was going to say don't let me miss it, but there we go. That does look more legit. There it is. There's the lockdown. Now it's going to be pretty decent. Sophie actually tried this on me. She got to the lockdown, got the deep underhook, and then I was like, no way in hell I'm gonna let her tap me with this. I was like, I'll just get swept and then fight out of this. Yeah, that's what I'm more used to seeing. This you're gonna get a real stretch on the hips, more so than you would from that topside position. But if you had the lockdown, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it from the top side with like that exact same setup. I'm gonna time you out, Cooper. I swear to God. Shoulder crunch, Emery taps. Oh, James wisely getting up during that Kimura. It looked like Luke was getting ready to transition to a Kimura. James gets out of dodge. Luke crawling up the body, as he does very well. James, you look like you don't even want to fight out of this. Like you had his ankle trapped. I just wasn't seeing any movement. Emery doing the best he can to get his hips poking out the side. Tops on one felt like it was on the border of being safe and not. Whatever, man. Look, tap if you got to tap. We'll make fun of you, but we don't mean it. Yeah, no, just when you don't know what to do, you tap. Or you scramble out of it until you get injured. But that's more of a stubborn upper belt Mike Peters thing to do. Luke has a way of doing that to you, man. Here we go. Heavy collar tie pressure from Luke. A little tap on the booty. Tap back on the neck. Big heavy collar ties, man. This is good. So we want to see what Luke announcing his presence. Caleb looking for what he's good at, though. He's welcoming that underhook in anticipation of being able to take him down the same way he did to Emre in the last round. Double underhooks. Oh. Great off balance. Giving Luke a little something to think about briefly. But Luke staying in the pocket. Not too concerned with that Uchimata attempt happening again. Nice pressure, nice downward pressure from Caleb on that underhook. There we go. He's got the front headlock now. Try to get his hands to the mat, and Luke bails out of that. Oh, nice move from Luke. That was really good. Very well timed on the get up here. So working this like De La Hiva position, starting to really flank Caleb, and now as Caleb turns out of this, Luke comes up. Let's look at this in real time. So it gets him turned in anticipation of that reaction. You could see Luke's like, just get him stepping and I could come up and work with this. Steps behind the leg to get that extended. It's got the underhook. That was nice. I think Caleb could have given him a little bit more fight through here if you wanted to. If you really like barreled forward or like put down some whizzer pressure. Easier said from my my office chair than done. That was nice. Excellent chain movement there. The way he attacked that tripod sweep, knowing it was kind of a weak-ish attempt. Caleb probably wouldn't fall from it, and then immediately took advantage of the vulnerable position that he put him in. James so tired he's giving a private lesson over here on the side to Emre and Sophie. Danny and Jordan. Danny surfing around to the back. Caleb looking to catch his breath here, deal with some top pressure from this half guard position. And Baker trying to torture a teenager. Ooh, Caleb's... Dang. He had a leg entrance, but switched, I think, a little too prematurely to an outside Ashi and ended up losing it. Try to work with that reap a little bit longer. See if you can get that leg isolated. Baker on the back in an rear triangle position. If he can keep that arm out of the equation. Cooper fights to get it back in, but now has to worry about the arm bar. Some real grip break pressure here. 5 seconds left. Baker decides he'll be merciful. That was a solid round from these two, for sure. I think that was really good. That was probably a round where Luke was going to focus, like, not because he chose to, but because he had to, maybe focus a bit more on points and, you know, strategy and tactics, because Caleb was giving him a good bit of resistance there. All right, we got the old dog versus the young dog here. Don't bust his nose or my arm. It's very nice of you. All right, looks like everybody's talking. We got Coop and Caleb over there. Let's zoom forward a little bit. Looks like you guys are talking some half guard, maybe underhook stuff over here. Or darces, maybe? Maybe showing Emery how to darce. Called me a rat after he tried to wrist lock me. Caleb did? Sounds like something Caleb would do. Luke just getting up. Like a jerk. Yeah, it's great. Both of them, I think, are pretty fired up to learn. Sophie's been asking me great questions. Not saying Emre hasn't. She kept me after class for a little bit. Was really digging into some good positional tactic questions and stuff. Caleb is the rat king. Caleb actually eats rats. He's eaten more than one rat in his life. I don't know if that's true, but that's a rumor I'm willing to start. Ask him about it next time you see him. Yep. Really, you just need like 2 people to believe it, and I think we can get something going. Keep going here. We can get that rumor going too. So Ethan trying not to get wrapped up in a leg lock battle here with Luke. Wisely so. Luke not really giving him any other options. Just taking that straight ankle. I feel like that's from a show. Like The Office or something. Or did you pull that from another Dr. Seuss book? Cooper trying to get... Okay, looks like you worked through this arm triangle. And Caleb doesn't strongman out of it. It's very nice, very nice. I believe you. I'd believe anything you say, Jordan. All right, round 2. Caleb looking for maybe some half guard action. And Emre doing a good job. He was controlling the shins, pinning the heels to Joe's butt. Shaking off that Kimura before Joe can lock it up. It's very good. Ooh, Luke on a threat of a guillotine here. Looked like he was trying to use it to pass, but it wasn't tight enough to really make Caleb worry. So if he was thinking about the Kimura, but kind of taking it the wrong way. Let's make up an awesome nickname and say, they call me. Yeah, but it's only a matter of time before your true colors start to show through your trousers. You could have more than one nickname. Joe. Nice. So it looks like Joe gets the Kimura, uses it to encourage Emery to shoulder roll, and then he locks up a head scissor. Snazzy. Luke thinking maybe north-south strangle with the arm in, but Caleb follows him. Got to be careful for the Darce threat here. Caleb doesn't fall for it, but is looking for that ankle. Yeah, Caleb's looking sharp in this round. This and the other round, I like it. It's good to see him getting a really tough round with Luke. Looks like E2 going through the strangle. Luke gets a tap. Nice. Luke is going to get a second quick tap here, I bet, before the round's over. 30 seconds left. Oh, he doesn't. Does he get the turn? That was a nice way to break Turtle down. We talk a lot about breaking down at the hips, right? You know, pulling the hips, getting them to open up their elbow and knee position, whatever. I talk about jamming the knee in this way towards the hips. What else? We got the power half Nelson. You can, grab a leg, take more of a wrestler's approach to like pinning their head down, dropping their head, pulling their leg up and like dislodging their position. This is another great way. Luke sets up his upper body grip and kind of uses pressure similar to a power half Nelson. He gets his body weight behind the head and is pulling his body towards Caleb. So like with the power half, you're driving their chin into their chest. Look at what's happening to Caleb here. He's getting his head bent down underneath him and getting turned while Luke can maneuver around him and get to a spot he wants to be in. Do it, Cooper. I bet you will get your ass beat. It'd be hilarious. Isn't that the $1 million turtle breakdown? So, you're talking about the court case one, right? I never got a full, like, unpaused view of that. Like, I never saw the full clip, so I don't know exactly what happened. There's the one that, like, you remember wrestler Mitch? He used to do really well, better than anybody I had ever seen do it, where he would basically somersault over your head and like use the downward momentum of his body to turn you over. My understanding is that's either the same or similar to what happened in that case, and I'm not convinced that that's a particularly dangerous move. So that's why I don't know if that's exactly what happened in that video or not. If you could find that, man, send it to me. I'd be curious to watch it. I should have watched it when it came out, but I feel like it got scrubbed from the internet in a quick order. And the way Luke did it there is like not especially dangerous in my opinion. Like if your opponent's head is off the mat and you like dive into it, then maybe you can really make something bad happen. The way the white belt turned his head, yeah, that's right. Turned his head the wrong way and it like jacked up his vertebrae. Could just go into a rear naked choke instead. If you're talking about what James and I are talking about, maybe. But if your opponent is hand fighting and you can't get the arm across the neck, then you're SOL on your RNC, buddy. Jordan making his way with some heavy pressure around the legs, pinning Emre's knees together, and then settling in, kind of blading his body into position to get by the legs. Now chilling. He's got his hips back, so this gives Emre an opportunity to frame the hips. Still talking about wrestling. Well then, yeah, go ahead and rear naked choke them and see how quickly they kick you out of there. If you do go in and you mess around, you better honestly tell me what happens. I want to know if you get thrashed or if you show up some of your buddies or what. But try to play by their rules. Try to not get put on your back or your butt. Try to work to a pin and see what you could do, man. I would like to go into a wrestling room and do that one day. Just see where I stand, but against people my size, I don't need a guy Caleb size trying to wrestle me. That was just him saying, I don't know what to do, and me saying, let's work through a little. That's good. I mean, that's I'm glad he's doing that. It's better than coming in and just trying to survive rounds over and over. It's like work those positional sparring rounds. And that's where y'all end it. Very nice. That is what my friend said to do. Well, he sounds like a good friend. Let me know how it goes. I genuinely would like to hear how that goes if you do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you sticking around as always. Again, bummed I couldn't be at that Monday class. That looked like some really, really good training. But I would have been dripping snot all over you guys and being disgusting. So I just stayed home and slept. It was awesome. May 10th, Naga. It's coming up. We're coming up on a month out. Tomorrow's the 10th. So hope you guys, if you're interested, are getting ready for that. And make sure you're helping your training partners get ready if they are going to a comp, but you're not. So be a good training partner. Don't injure each other. We're going to wrap up this week on closed guard, move on to open guard next week. I think we're all back on the regular schedule. As far as I remember, I don't have any upcoming classes that I'm teaching. So, yeah, we'll keep it there. Follow if you're lurking. Subscribe if you're liking. Thank you for the subscriptions today, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe at YouTube as well, where you can catch our videos on repeat for as long as you want to watch them. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, man. Quit lurking in the chat, too. Chime in. Ask some questions. Always love having you here, bud. Thank you, Jordan. Very wise. Follow if you're gherkin. Yeah, I think that's all my usual stuff. So, go trim your nails and do your laundry, and don't be stinky. And I'll see you guys back at class very soon. Take it easy. Use your Amazon Prime to sub for free. That's right. Thank you, James. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you later.